Hey everybody, it's Jennifer from Chronicles.com Rocklines, and I'm here in Lakewood, Ohio at the Foundry Concert Club with Davey Suicide. How's it going?
It's going very well.
Going a little bit of rush today.
It's unexpectedly going very well.
Okay. Well, we're excited to be here tonight. They're performing with Monster Dolls and a few other local bands, but more importantly, we're here to hear about your new album that came out. How's that going for you guys?
It's going well. I mean, we charted on Billboard, which was fantastic, and we're doing it for we're charting higher and doing better than a lot of bands that are on labels that have big pushes. So I think it's pretty good. Shout out to the fans for making this happen.
Sure. Now, when you were writing Made from Fire, that was kind of during a tumultuous time when you're kind of going up against the establishment to kind of get control over your art. How did that affect this album lyrically and musically? Anything different that came out in this album that wasn't really in the others?
I mean, I think all the emotion was a really genuine place. It manifested from a first-person point of view, and I think that's probably why it translated better than our record before this. Obviously, we didn't have a label fucking us, and that helps too. But it was a very vulnerable time in the band, in my life, mentally, and we got something really fantastic out of it.
One thing I think is kind of interesting about you is that you seem to be very open about when things are stressful or kind of, stressing you out and make you hard. Even your name, Davey Suicide, I think it's interesting when I read on the website where that came from and how it's all about, motivating yourself, that you're the only person that can get in your own way. And I just wonder what kind of shaped you to have that kind of strength.
I don't feel like I'm very open, so I appreciate you thinking that.
It seems like you are. Your fans seem to feel like you are, and I think that's why they feel a little closer to you.
I think artistically, I think I am, just because it helps me try to understand myself, I guess, a little bit more. But I feel like there's just so much negativity in the world that you kind of need some rocks to stand on that are sturdy. And if there are people paying attention to us and to what we're about, I'd like to try to encourage them than discourage them. So that's why I try to take a positive situation even out of the darkest of hours. And it seems like that's kind of what maybe people are gravitating to us about.
Yeah, it's like you shine kind of a light in a dark place. I kind of dig that.
That, and we're fucking awesome live.
That too. We're about to see that. I actually got to see you at Ink and the Clink, and prior to that, when you were on tour with Combi Christ and Dope.
Oh yeah.
And I know you were on tour with Doyle, so how was going on tour with kind of these older, more established bands kind of affected the way you do things? What kind of good habits did you pick up from being around them, and kind of bad habits did you pick up? Maybe, I don't know, maybe they were bad habits.
They don't sweat the small things, and I like that. They just kind of, they don't nitpick about, it's like you choose your issues and then you address the big ones, and then you let everything else kind of go under the bridge. And also, I think that I like to study the artists that have been around for decades, because I like to think that we would be around for decades, And musically, we've always kind of been up the lane of like a Zombie or Manson or Alice Cooper or like Guns or whatever, like where it's not a fad. Like everyone that's in the Warped Tour scene, that's a fad. And it's gonna die away, and you're cool for a couple of years and you disappear, or you have to make a style change to remain relevant. And for us, we've just liked bands that have always been kind of decadent, and I think that will end up working to our advantage. But to get back to your question, I think we've learned a lot more good habits, and I also reflected back to what we have, and we're a very self-sufficient band, and I feel like we can kind of run laps around a lot of these bands that have big crews. With the way our stage setup is, we're very kind of innovative slash what's the right word? We make things work out of small amounts of stuff, and I think we're very inventive. So I like that, but it makes me appreciate my guys so much more to be in those environments where they maybe take the long way, where you can kind of cut through the forest a little bit quicker.
Well, I kind of only have one more question for you, because I know they have to get on stage pretty soon. And
we're so high maintenance over
here. You have made a quote, and I know they mentioned a lot of interviews where you said that rock fans haven't gone anywhere; they just need a reason to fall in love again. And I wonder what you think needs to be done for that to happen, for people to kind of get out there and re-embrace rock. We've interviewed some bands who kind of feel like the opposite, like no one cares, blah, blah, blah. It's, you know.
People care. I just think that you got a million things you can do on the internet to not leave your house. So people are lazy because there's an overindulgence going on. The problem with a lot of bands is they can't write their own songs. And they have songwriters writing for all these bands. That's why they all sound the same, so there's nothing unique about them. It's just a different voice over the same song. So when you find bands that actually write their own songs, they sound different.
Like you guys.
Get behind those bands.
Get
because
behind
those are the
those
bands that are
bands.
making some real magic happen.
Absolutely.
There's assembly line bands and then there's real bands.
Real bands. Well, we're excited to be here tonight to see a real band headline the show, Davey Suicide. And check out their website, www.daveysuicide.com, daveysuicidemerch.com to support them and buy all sorts of really cool things.
Yep.
And look for us on rustbeltchronicles.com and our Rock Lines channel on YouTube. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching.